Hello. Hi, babe. Hello. Welcome. This is Love is Awakened. My name is Emma. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. Subscribe, like this video, and let's get into it. We're talking about the state of reality and why we say that the non-dual nature of our being is our natural state. And this all comes together with our natural ability to create into manifestation. Manifestation is really a natural part of who we are. It's not something that we need to get good at or that we need to practice. It is a natural part of knowing the truth of what we are, and it's a natural part of our natural state. So if you're into non-duality, you might have heard me or other teachers speak about the non-dual reality is the entirety of reality, and it is also our natural state. It is who we are. It is what we are. It is dink, it us, dink, this, everything. So when we realize the truth of what we are, this of course becomes apparent. It's very clear. And this is one of these things, you can talk about it, but it doesn't really scratch the itch because there are no words to describe it. And you really don't know until you know. You really don't know until you experience it. The complete obviousness of the whole experience. The natural part of the fact that this is what we are. And I want to bring it down. I want to ground it down. Because this is the thing. When we speak about something that is unspeakable, it's also very easy to get all the way out into the sort of quantum reality. And if we want to understand the thing that we cannot understand, because this is not a conceptual knowledge, it is an experience, it is a reality, it is the only reality. It is the seeing through the veil of our beliefs to be separate, to be the story that we have created over years, called identity, called person, right? So we need to recognize that it is not a conceptual understanding. It is simply seeing through the veil, as many people have expressed it in the past, and it's a very good way to express it. But I really want to make it grounded for you, because we can speak about these concepts all day long, and the shift happens when it happens. Yet we can break this experience down, and this is what person after person after person have done, like trying to guys, oh shit, guys, I got it, and let me tell you about it so you can understand it too, you know. And all of these different structures are created, and it's let's do it this way and take these steps, and then all of a sudden it's twisted, and it's turned into something that we're putting into a box, and then we're back where we started, because this is not conceptual. We cannot take step by step by step by step. Yet myself and so many other people still are finding our own unique way of expressing this thing so that we can share it with others who are not yet seeing through the veil. And for myself, one thing that is abundantly clear is that there was a time on earth where this was not something that people had to practice to understand. People didn't have to do anything in order to know this. Why? Because it is our natural state. We have literally unlearned our natural state over thousands of years. We have been programming these beings into believing certain structures, right? And this is something that all of us can understand. This is something that all of us can see through history. And this is not an attempt to go and like shame or, put blame into the past, because we don't have any business to do that. It's not fruitful. So let's just, it's things, it is the way it is. And also when we see through the veil, we also see the fact that there is no good and bad. There is no reason to put judgment onto anything. Everything is just the way it is. Yet we can choose now that we know the truth of what we are, we can choose to project love to the world. But we're not going to be looking at the past going, that shouldn't have happened, because it did. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Let's be here, right? So the recognition, the knowing that we are everything, the knowing that we are oneness, that there is no other thing than the one being. And even that is slightly, words are not, they just scratch the itch. But, it is the way it is. So this inherent knowing experience the complete conviction that it is no other way, it couldn't be any other way, and this is our natural state of being. And it's very, very interesting then to look at the mind and go, well, what the fuck is the mind doing then? Like, what? And it's, it's completely beautifully mind-boggling. It is a marvel. It is a mystery to the mind. Yet, it is the truth. It is what we are. And it is a complete and utter birthright to know this, to live in an completely awakened state, in the sense that we are experiencing, we're in the dream, but we are lucid dreaming. We are completely aware of what is going on. And that is the beautiful thing. When we know this, it is so easy to create. And this is what the mind is really there for us to do. It is our creative power, because we guide the mind. If you go like, let me think pig, there's a pig. Let me think of the most beautiful flower that I could ever imagine. There it is. And if you continue to focus on it, it might change, it might grow, it might become clear and vivid in your mind. It is a beautiful, magical tool. Mind is how we create, and when we are in our natural state, We are in a natural state of joy, of peace, of enjoyment. And therefore, generally, our thoughts, our power of manifestation, which is why I'm saying this is a natural part of who we are. Our manifestation is not an effort. It is a natural effect of our state of, because we live in the heart, we live in a state of elevated emotion. If we have a thought like, ooh, that would be nice right now, it is created. There is no limit. There is no limit to who we are. This, my friend, is what humanity forgot. This is what humanity forgot. What we are reawakening to on a very deeply conscious level. Waking up to non-duality is our waking up to our natural state. Past that point, we begin to actually see how we can play in this world as creator, as the limitless self. There are no boundaries. And that is our natural way of being. And because we live in peace, in joy, in happiness, there is no need, there is no lack. The desires arise out of inspiration, out of joy. And we get to play in this world. And it's marvelous. And then it's teaching, and then it's mirroring subconscious beliefs so that we can go, oh, look at that thing. Oh, right. I didn't see that before. Let me shift that. Let me flip that on its head. Let me unravel that out of this being, so this being can be even more free, even more liberated. It is all play. Even the learning, it's all play. And we see this through our natural state. And it's amazing. So go and live in your heart. Let go of the idea that this will be a conceptual understanding. Allow yourself to bring your focus backwards, away from the external, away from the thoughts, away from the experienced emotions, all the way back. Just pull your focus as far back as you can into the source of awareness, attention, focus itself. Turn your focus onto your ability to direct attention itself, the core. As if you're pulling on the line. Where focus dissipates. And as it dissipates, it somehow opens up into the vastness. Not focusing on anything in particular, yet seeing everything. Direct seeing, direct looking, direct experiencing, removing the layers, the labels, pulling your attention all the way back. And then rest in your heart. That's all you need to do. It will show itself to you. It will become apparent. It will become clear. You don't need to think about it. You only need to be curious. You only need to look. To be open to experience. Mwah. Blessings.